Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! Today we are covering Boruto chapter 52, which features Naruto's final Kurama transformation against Ishiki Otsutsuki.
Drawing style is lit though.
Naruto's new form looks so lit!
Hey guys on the chat. Hey,
sexy, fam.
guys, look, Naruto looking bare peng. Yeah, listen, I can't
I'm
lie.
not gonna lie, this new form looks lit.
To say the least, we were pretty excited. And this chapter does a good job of making sense of Naruto's power up without retconning any of the previous lore we have grown to love and appreciate. And for tradition's sake, yeah, I'll say it, this chapter was fire! Kishimoto was involved in writing this chapter, and there are multiple things needed to be discussed regarding Naruto's possible death, Kawaki getting the karma mark, and Boruto unleashing Momoshiki's power. So this means I will be using balls deep prediction magic and my degree in anime bullshit science, by the way, to make sense of everything. A lot of you have been telling me on the Twitch stream and on Twitter that you are confused and you need help to grasp the new concept Kurama stated as Naruto's Baryon mode.
I haven't a clue what's going on here, but I'll act like I do.
So, the chapter starts with the full reveal of Naruto's new form, and the initial shock of it's too much for even Ishiki. He really can't believe Naruto had an ace up his sleeve like this and asks exactly what every fan was thinking. Why didn't he use this before? Even Sasuke is shocked. He's like, oh shit, when did Naruto become this powerful? He never told me he had a jutsu like this. I think the debate regarding who is stronger, Naruto or Sasuke, has completely ended, by the way. Naruto would destroy Sasuke in this final form, although it would kill him too, but now there is no way to rebuttal that Naruto isn't stronger due to Kurama, right? But I must say, in chapter 52, they did Sasuke completely dirty. He was basically a spectator of a UFC fight this entire chapter. I think he was nerfed for plot convenience. Yeah, I said it. Call me a Sasuke dick rider if you want, but the most important thing is that the 5th Shinobi War in the comment section of every power scaling video has resolved in peace, hasn't it? We then see a flashback of when Kurama explained this new form to Naruto before it became active. Somehow, Kurama has knowledge of nuclear energy, and he must have studied all of this shit when Naruto's busy sleeping, right? Kurama reveals that he attended the same college and university as me, and he also has a degree in anime bullshit science. But unlike me, he didn't have to make as many sacrifices. I got PTSD, man. So let's go down memory lane of how I got my degree. Some of you have been asking.
12 seconds later.
Alright, son? Huh? You sick?
Oh, hey, Dad. Dad, I can't go to school today, please.
Oh, very bad, very bad, very bad. Listen, son, you go school, okay? Yeah, you go school, I go school, I immigrate here, yeah? I become doctor, you gonna have no respect. You go school, I don't take a day off in 1,000 years, putter.
Can you call them up for me?
Mom give you medicine, you all okay? Oh, coffee, what's it for me, fuck up, son. I give you new medicine, yeah? New medicine, this is a good one, this is good medicine. What is medicine is very good. Yeah, medicine. Wow. You go to school, okay? You go to become doctor. You go to doctor, yeah? Hello, hospital. Yeah, my boy, he dead. He very clumsy bastard. He fell down the stairs. Bruh. But coming back to Kurama's educated explanation of this new form in Boruto chapter 52, he says that Naruto will be able to produce a tremendous amount of energy by using the process similar to that of nuclear fusion, basically following the same principle of how the sun produces energy. Before I go into exactly how this works, I want to point out the symbolic nature the sun has to Naruto. If we go back to the original Naruto series, he was bestowed a sun crest by Hagoromo while Sasuke had the moon. However, at this very moment, Naruto is literally embodying the very symbolism of the sun. His aura, usually being yellow, has turned red. This is similar to the stages of the sun. For example, before any star near its death or gets very old, yes, even our sun in our solar system, it will turn into a red giant. This new form with the red aura in many ways might be a representation of that, and that's how the color scheme changed. Okyo Kadachi Kadachi is pretty good at illustrating science when it comes to the manga, so I wouldn't put it past him. Oh, and by the way, in celebration of Naruto's new form, I hope you guys can support us because our boy, he's been on this long journey, right? So we thought, let's make a new t-shirt that you can all buy. It's including his final transformation, and we made special ABD merch. There's 15% off right now with the code BLACK15. Go check it out. Look, it's being displayed to you. It's absolute flames. I can't believe how great it looks. Shout out to Junbi on Twitter. I can't pronounce her name, but she's freaking lit. So guys, the link will be in the pinned comment below. So with that, let me quickly explain how nuclear fusion actually works and how this applies to Naruto's new Baryon form. Nuclear fusion is a reaction in which two or more atoms collide, combining to form a different atomic and subatomic particle. The change in mass between the reactants and the end products become energy, either being absorbed or released. So this explains how Naruto is taking Ishiki's life force energy, right? By the end of the chapter, we learn this. The sun produces energy from this very process, with the nuclear fusion of hydrogen nuclei into helium. Like around 0.6% of the mass is carried away in the form of energy, such as electromagnetic radiation. Now I know I'm getting a bit too deep here, my bullshit science degree is getting too complex, but the point I'm trying to make is that the fusion of matter releases crazy amounts of energy. In Naruto's new form, the fusion is between Naruto and Kurama's chakra, and as they fuse into something new, a huge amount of energy is released. You guys don't really have to understand the whole process. Even Kurama says that this theory doesn't matter and explains that their two chakra are serving as the kernels to create a whole new kind of energy, something different from chakra. Naruto then asks how it's different from any form he's had up to this point, and Kurama says it's completely different down to the root. As before with the other forms, he was just taking chakra he acquired from somewhere else, whereas this new form is actually consuming their own chakra and life force as the raw material to create this new form of energy. This will continue until either one or both of their lives run out, as the reaction would come to an end. Due to this, Kurama cautions Naruto to not make any unnecessary moves and to even get rid of any unneeded thoughts, as that's what is required to keep up this Baryon mode. Now I want to look at why is this mode called Baryon, as I'm sure it has importance. So what does it mean? You're probably thinking, what the hell does this word even mean? I've never come across it in my entire life. Baryon even sounds weird to say, right? Well, a baryon is a subatomic particle, such as a nucleon or hyperion, that has a mass equal to or greater than that of a proton. Now, unless you have a degree in anime bullshit science, you may not understand all that, but basically the name comes from the Greek word for heavy, and that's very fitting, as the risk and burden of using this mode is extremely heavy, as the fatigue you feel as your life dwindles away, right? Now, baryon themselves are too balls deep for even me to get into in this one video, but what it comes down to is that this new form is based on a scientific term for a particle, and this is in line with the story up to this point, as Okyo Kadachi has heavily incorporated science into the plot as well as the philosophy of Boruto. However, I'm asking you guys right now for some support as a community. If you guys want me to do a deeper scientific breakdown of Naruto's Baryon mode in terms of explaining how strong is Naruto's new final form, how Kurama came up with this idea and why it makes sense, let me know by smashing the notification bell for the channel, and let's get at least 30,000 likes, and I promise you we will cover it in the next few days. Anyway, getting back to the chapter and to the present time, Naruto and Ishiki continue their stare down until Ishiki's just like, screw this, I don't like your face, and he charges in. But Naruto's like, you still don't get it, do you? My main character days aren't over yet, bitch, as he dodges Ishiki entirely and elbows him down to the ground. Ishiki takes a moment to process what the hell just happened before getting back up to try again, but he still can't hit your boy. Suddenly, Naruto appears in front of him and slugs the dude right in the face, sending him flying. So Sasuke is just in awe and he's orgasmic. He can't believe Naruto is actually beating this dude. Boruto silently observes as Ishiki uses his dojutsu and summons 7 black cubes over Naruto in an attempt to drop them on top and crush him. But Naruto wasn't having any of it. Your boy held that shit up like it was nothing with his chakra tails. This caused a huge ripple shockwave, sending Boruto backwards. But Sasuke grabs him to make distance between them and the battlefield, saving his life. Naruto then yeets the black cubes back towards Ishiki Otsutsuki, causing him to jump backwards to dodge. But the next thing you know, Naruto's immense new speed already has him behind Ishiki. He kicks him back to the ground as Sasuke places Boruto in a safe place. As he watches as a commentary guy, he's commentating on the fight whilst these two powerhouses are going at it like it's UFC. Naruto definitely has this look in his eye, you know, thinking like Khabib.
I'm gonna smash your boy, guys. I'm gonna smash your boy.
This fight is honestly illustrated like a Dragon Ball Z manga fight, cause Ishiki did not stay down for long and dashes towards the stoic Naruto. He winds up his right hand for a strike, but Naruto dodges that shit like it was in slow motion. He counter strikes Ishiki near the solar plexus and boots him with a roundhouse kick. Ikemoto, the artist of the manga, he definitely took this scene from Dragon Ball, as he did admitted in an interview that he reads that manga for reference when creating the choreography of Boruto's manga. Like, take a look at this scene from Dragon Ball. The two glance at each other for a moment now that the gap has been established. Ishiki fires a couple of rounds of block chakra rods at Naruto, but this isn't the same person from chapter 37. No bitch, this is Naruto we are talking about here. He has learned Ishiki's tricks and how some of his jutsu work. The manga does this to illustrate Naruto's intelligence and fighting prowess and his newfound speed, since he catches the rod before they even enlarge in size. Ishiki is dumbfounded, and Sasuke comments on Naruto's power being absolutely unbelievable, stating that even his Sharingan was barely able to track them, yet Naruto was able to do so. Ishiki thinks to himself, how did this man power up so drastically and so fast? And we know the answer. It's because he missed out on the original Naruto and forgot that this dude was the freaking protagonist.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Transitioning back to Konoha, we see an anxious looking Kawaki sitting in silence, just biding his time until Boruto and the others come back. We also see an Amado smoking some of that good shit. My man smoked a 20 pack at this point. He's always smoking, right? Every single scene.
Smoke weed every day.
And then Amado asks Kawaki if the prosthetic hand Kawaki is using runs on chakra, stating that he is pretty lucky to find a compatible match since it's quite a rare occurrence. Kotasuke chimes in, informing Amado that it was originally made for Naruto's use as it only responds to his chakra. But thanks to Naruto's ability to synergize his chakra with others, like he displayed in the 4th Shinobi War, sharing his chakra with over 1000 ninjas, Kawaki is able to use the hand as long as Naruto, he constantly provides chakra into it. Hearing this surprised Amado, wondering if Naruto's generosity knows any end, as he continues smoking his blunt. Sumire then asks Amado whether or not he's going to restore Kawaki's hand to normal, to which Amado responds,
Of course!
So this kind of foreshadows the idea of how easy it is for Amado to create new biological weapons or arms. He's even more advanced than Konoha, so why wouldn't he just offer Sasuke his second arm back after the events that will occur in chapter 53? Sasuke also needs a power up too, since he was just a spectator and a punching bag this whole time. I mean, your boy needs his arm back. When all the Otsutsuki stuff was over, repairing Kawaki's hand was the first task in line, stating that Kawaki was due a checkup regardless. Now suddenly, Kawaki notices a feeling in his prosthetic arm. This is a massive foreshadowing to what's about to happen and proves that balls deep prediction jutsu ends up coming true. Our community is amazing and you deserve an applause as well. So editors, give the fans watching right now an applause, please. I love it when we all share our thoughts. We have connected the puzzle completely of Boruto for a really long time now. Ishiki will definitely end up putting the Karma Seal back on Kawaki, and he could possibly be the one that forced Kawaki to go up against Boruto in the future scene where Konoha is destroyed. That's why Boruto addresses Kawaki directly and says, was this the only option left? Shikamaru then asks what's the matter with Kawaki, as he notices that Naruto's chakra is weakening. This is a fantastic way to transition into the battle between Naruto and Ishiki. As with Kawaki's comments, we know that Naruto has a time limit and that it is running short. It adds tension to the storytelling. Sasuke confirms that Naruto's chakra is dropping rapidly. Boruto is seen looking up to his father, but is quickly back on the ground due to his injuries that he suffered in Boruto chapter 51. Remember that Ishiki broke his arm completely and he got kicked right in the gut. This is the most powerful being we have seen in the entire series, so for him to tank that, it's quite incredible. Of course he's gonna fall unconscious, which is another foreshadowing, by the way. We all know what happens when this dude goes to sleep during a fight. Naruto comments on his current situation, mentioning how the energy cost was larger than he had expected. Ishiki, being the good guy he is and the gentleman, he notices this, and he deduces that Naruto's jump in power and ability is caused due to a life-shortening gamble that he has taken, but he has lost this bet this time round. On the next page, we get a classy image of Ishiki standing tall as if he is looking down on Naruto and all the human race, giving off an aura of supremacy. However, he notices something. He grunts and thinks to himself, what's happening? Like, bruh, every freaking dude in this chapter has noticed something. Like, my man Kawaki noticed his hand, Sasuke noticing Naruto's new form and how fast it is, and now Ishiki noticing something. You know what? I have noticed something too. Why is your notification bell not turned on? Yes, please turn it on. You have to get it on, right?
How the fuck you know this? How? Hold on, bro. How?
That's my Balls Deep prediction magic working its best there, right there. But coming back to the chapter, Ishiki is coughing up blood. He feels as though he hasn't taken much damage, so why does he feel injured? Ishiki curses at Naruto, asking him what he has done to him. Naruto then tells him, now begins the real game, to see which one of us dies first. Kurama says that their power is immense, and Naruto is definitely stronger than Ishiki right now. However, due to their drawbacks being too much, they still can't win against him. They will die before he does. This is a battle of attrition and stamina rather than power, it seems. Naruto may be stronger, but Ishiki is more durable. So Kurama elaborates, stating that the main downside to this ability is that it shortened their lives. Because all chakra is connected, this power that comes into being comes from bits of their lives, and it also shaves off Ishiki's life when it comes into contact with him. Hence, Ishiki thought everything was okay, but he was actually suffering. This is due to the fact that Naruto is not only burning away his and Kurama's chakra, but just like how the sun works, as I explained earlier in the video, any chakra that he is in contact with, basically Ishiki's life force is consumed as raw material for Naruto's new energy with every hit Ishiki takes. Naruto and Kurama's chakra isn't the only thing that can be used in this reaction. Anything that you put in the mix will in fact be part of the process. Naruto's Baryon mode, in some ways, it's an area of effect jutsu. The benefits of using this technique isn't just for immense power, but it's also a way to deplete your opponent's life force. So this kinda also explains why Sasuke must have felt he should not have got involved in the fight, as he would also lose life force and probably die if he got in the way. But I still feel as though he could have used his 6 paths repulsion techniques, you know, whilst Naruto was in his bind getting choked to death, or you know, Sasuke could have used any long range jutsu to distract Ishiki enough even more. I mean, think about it, kinda like how Vegeta helps Gohan against Cell, even though Vegeta knew he was weak and he knew he wasn't strong enough to help, but he was enough of a distraction, right? So I don't know, man. I felt like Sasuke was enough this chapter. You can call me what you want in the comments, but let me know what you guys think. Now, Ishiki can't believe his lifespan is shrinking dramatically, right? He should have had 20 hours left, but now he has less than 30 minutes until Jigen's body will expire, and so will he. Now, this is kind of a messy timeline here, because Ishiki said to Kashin Koji in the previous chapters that he has 2 to 3 days left in this body before he can find Kawaki, right? Now, if we use basic math, this means just by teleporting in the same day within the same time span of an hour, fighting Naruto and Sasuke, he lost more than 48 hours of time. And this is before Naruto's new form was unlocked. But now, with Naruto's new transformation in chapter 52, another 23 hours got shaved off. But this doesn't add up or make mathematical sense. They shaved off more time with just a normal fight. I don't know.
That don't make make no sense.
The only way we can fix this is that Ishiki probably overestimated how much time he had when he was speaking to Kashin Koji, and that's what I'm going to assume as well. But going back to chapter 52, Kurama tells Naruto not to take him down, but rather focus on shaving off more of his life and time. He wants Naruto to be like a boxer aiming to win by decision. He goes on the offensive, giving Ishiki a good old headbutt to the temple, but Ishiki still manages to strike back with a knee to the chin, and the fight ensues. Naruto has been watching a lot of UFC, and he must be a fan of Khabib just like all of us, because he jumps on top of Ishiki and smashes him on the ground. Panning back to Sasuke, he notices that Naruto's chakra is depleting faster and faster, and he realizes what he has done. Sasuke now knows that Naruto, he's going to sacrifice his life against Ishiki. He has given up on his life. So all of a sudden, somehow, even with Ishiki's hand submitted by Naruto, this is where I don't like Ikemoto's drawing, but somehow, even though we just learned that Naruto is stronger than Ishiki in this form, but I guess Naruto's chakra is depleting, Ishiki manages to grab Naruto by his neck and he starts choking him out, right? He starts to uphold his beliefs that humans are an inferior species to the Otsutsuki and him. So this pretty much proves once again our analysis that Ishiki's philosophy aligns with a superiority complex, that all other life forces on Earth are subservient to his, as the Otsutsuki consume them as food. It's basically the predator versus prey concept that you see in animals, right? We as human beings are prey to Ishiki. However, at this point, both of them notice that Ishiki's lifespan has shrunk even more, stating that he probably has less than 10 minutes left. Now that time is of the essence, getting Kawaki is now or never. Naruto glees at this and he's like, it's too late now, boo-hoo to you. However, Ishiki notices Naruto's chakra is connected to Kawaki and he starts to laugh. We know this is definitely possible because people like Ino from the Yamanaka clan have showcased how they can detect chakra from immense distances, that they crossed entire countries with how they detect chakra and their sensory abilities, right? So as Naruto explained around chapter 28, he said that chakra is a force that connects people, right? The concept of ninshu is the very idea that people would understand one another as they share emotions and this resource. So the manga highlights the idea through Amada's character that Naruto's generosity in this corrupt political and alien landscape has caused his very downfall, right? He will have to learn a harsh lesson of being the Hokage and this stoic role model that he has always been, but it's much harder in adulthood than it is in childhood, right? Also, another indication is that Kawaki being concerned for Naruto's depleting chakra might have also given notice by focusing his own chakra into the arm. All of this combination of events gave Kawaki's location away to Ishiki. So again, no plot convenience here. This is actually decent writing. It makes sense that Ishiki can detect Kawaki. So this causes Naruto and Sasuke to become puzzled as Ishiki extends his hand outwards and exclaims, "The last one standing will be me." This is where all the earlier foreshadowing comes into play. Suddenly, a space-time warp portal sucks Kawaki in, leaving Shikamaru, Amado, and the Co behind in shock. We then see Kawaki landing right next to Naruto and Ishiki, and Kawaki asks, "What happened?" confused by the change in scenery. Ishiki then explains that the unsightly hand Kawaki has been using functions via Naruto's chakra, and thanks to this link, he was able to detect Kawaki and transport him directly to himself, just in the nick of time. Even Sasuke was shocked by this sudden change in event, going from bad to worse. What will they do? And so to finish off this chapter, we see an unconscious Boruto open his eyes, and we finally see their plan. Remember, Sasuke made a plan in chapter 50 with Boruto that they will use Momoshiki's power if they needed to. People are assuming that Boruto has showcased the pure eye, the Jogan, but we don't know if that's the case. What's more likely is that it's Momoshiki has taken over Boruto's unconscious body once again, and just like last time, it's the Byakugan. I think this is the Byakugan. This is a conclusion conclusion that we can come to due to what Sarada stated to Sasuke when she reported what she saw after the Boro fight. However, we must address this, that even though it's just based on Sarada's depth of knowledge, she has only seen the Byakugan in her life, and if Boruto does indeed possess the pure eye right now, she might not be able to tell the difference. But either way, Momoshiki has entered the chat. Now we need the following questions answered in Boruto chapter 53. Why did Momoshiki only refer to Kaguya when Kinshiki informed him about the space curvature being over 16 on Earth, which caused them to go visit? On top of that, they only refer to Kaguya in the anime and manga in regards to her dimensions and scrolls. There was no mention of Ishiki Otsutsuki at all, even though he's higher ranked than all of them, and they don't address him as if he didn't exist and blah 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 blah. Now that we know Ishiki plans to sacrifice Boruto since he will become Momoshiki's resurrection, it just gives another reason for Momoshiki not wanting to do this, as he wants to live, so he will create his own plan. Why would Momoshiki risk a perfect vessel like Boruto and his entire existence, since finding another great human vessel on Earth is just way too difficult? We learned this in chapter 51, right? Amada just admitted in chapter 51 that Boruto will grow to be a powerful and great Otsutsuki due to his resignation, that the phenomena that it was bewildered by them. They didn't understand how this is happening. And in the future, we see Boruto dampening the effect of his resignation, even though right now Ishiki said he's at 80%. So how is he still at 80% 4 years later in the future? How did he stop the other 20%? There must be a reason for this, and I have a theory regarding it. You should binge watch it right now. It's displayed to you. The link will be in the pinned comment. I think Momoshiki is gonna do something where he's gonna bargain with Ishiki, saying that, look, you stupid bitch, put your karma on the Kawaki, but you're not gonna kill Naruto. Something is like that going on, because I'm not gonna accept Naruto dying here. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Ishiki is definitely gonna go to Kawaki. Momoshiki needs to mention to Ishiki, what the hell, who are you? Like, we need to know. We need to fix these little plot holes, right? The next chapter is gonna have a lot of lore. That's everything I want to say for this month's chapter. Remember, we're gonna do a follow-up video in the next few days, so we need 30,000 likes. Buy the awesome new merch, join our Discord, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be, and we see you guys next time.